The Best-in-Class Practices in Employee Communications study is a really comprehensive look at internal communications at some of the world's best-known companies. It represents some of the best thinking in our industry, and there are lessons in it for everyone. And anyone can take advantage of these ideas, adapt them to solve your own company's challenges. It was important for us to participate because we represent the smaller team with limited resources, and yet we're proof that you can accomplish a lot even under these circumstances.
One of my biggest key takeaways from this study is the fact that good employee communicators act as a conscience for the company. In other words, they serve as kind of the proxy for the public and for employees. And by speaking up at the right time and asking the right questions, they can actually change policy and influence the way companies approach certain things to stop ill-fated programs.
I think C-suite leaders are looking for communicators who can help them to better align their organizations and engage employees. I know that's what our leaders want. And what this study provides is broad thinking on that subject.
Employees want to know the big picture and how they fit into it. They want to know that the work they do matters. They know that when the company is successful, they will benefit. Employee communications can create a line of sight for employees to the key priorities of the company.
Another key takeaway of this study is the fact that there's always a silver lining in every bad situation or crisis. Yes, it's very important what you do during a crisis, but I think it's even more crucial what you do after a crisis. The massive recalls we had in 2009 and 2010 was a very dark period for our company. However, we learned a lot of things, and one of the key things we learned was that we hadn't been listening to our customers as closely as we should have. And we're not only talking about the customers that buy our cars, but also our dealers, our employees, our suppliers, community groups, NGOs, all of our audiences. We needed to listen more closely. We started doing that, and both our sales and our image have started to bounce back.
The role of employee communications has evolved a lot over the last decade. It used to be largely a corporate reporting function, with journalism as the core expertise. Now, employee communications is much more audience-focused. I would say the skills are in the realm of a behaviorist. Employee communicators know how to tap into the culture of the workforce and use a variety of channels to meet them where they are. They're also working with leadership to help them connect with the workforce and be more authentic. Now, with social media, we're evolving even more. We're more in the realm of a community manager, bringing groups of people, affinity groups, business groups together and helping them collaborate with each other. At Chevron, we rolled out Yammer this year. It's a microblogging tool. We have a community manager who's helping guide its growth. We have some pockets of employees and some leaders who are jumping in with both feet and very excited. And then we have a whole other set that are very skeptical about the business value. Then there's others who just want to get a sense of how they can get involved and how they should use it to their own benefit. In time, I think social will be much more the norm than the exception. But for now, we still have our training wheels on.
We're a company that's in a turnaround right now, and 2014 is a critical year for us. At the beginning of the fiscal year, we'll do a series of deep dive sessions on our strategy and operating plan with the company's top 1,000 leaders. And these are half-day immersion sessions that are led by our senior leadership team. And the intent is to help connect the dots for leaders on what they do on a day-to-day basis and how that links to our overall company performance. They need to be able to use what they learn at these sessions to develop their team goals for the year, and then those goals should align directly with the strategy. And that goes for our internal communication strategy too. I'd say the business strategy drives more than 80% of our content for the year. The strat plan is the playbook for success, and we help to bring it to life so that employees know what winning looks like and they can see when and how we're putting points on the board.
I think the best way to identify best practices is to follow the PR trades, a lot of the different websites, as well as social media trends. I then oftentimes will share information I find important with my staff, and we kind of test it out. When we find something works, we share that with other offices around the United States and the world.
If you're not grounded in the business first, you simply won't get a seat at the table. And I think one simple way you can begin to become an expert in your business is just by asking a lot of questions. And when you do that, you'll build relationships in the process.
This is an important time for the internal communications profession. Employee communications is finally getting the respect it deserves. Leadership knows that we're contributing to the business success by enabling the workforce to be more engaged and more effective.